Hello viewer, today I am going to show how to report via the sponsor management system the work and date of an employee, whether the employee was on a skilled worker visa, intra-company transfer or any other sponsored visa, and the employer, the HR, the whoever is the authorizing officer or the level 1 user can go and report and the end work end date. That has to be done within 10 working days of the last date of work. So that is very important. It is a compliance requirement. So I just wanted to show how to do that on the SMS. If you do like this video, do subscribe to our channel. So this is the SMS screen, sponsor management system. We call it shortly SMS. When you log in, this is the page where it opens to the SMS board, any messages. So you start first, you go to the workers option. Click on the side panel, you have workers. You click on that. Under workers heading, you have on the left panel, I'm hovering over it, you see sponsor duties. So sponsor duties is where you click. I'm hovering on that one on the left panel. Under that you have report migrant activity, manage live costs. So since the skilled worker visa is already issued, then you have to go into report migrant activity. Anything that you do before the skilled worker, before the cost is used. So an application is filed and the cost is still live, it has not used. So in this case, I will go into report migrant activity since the cost is already used, certificate of sponsorship. I click on this, then I have to put either the cost number or passport number, family name, any combinations you can use. So usually cost number just pulls up the details, this is what I have seen every time. I'll just take it on the side. Okay, I'll put the cost number and then share the screen again. So let us go. What is the cost number? I'm using a real case example, so I cannot share any of the client's details. Continue. So as soon as I put the cost number and I click next, it opens the cost. It says used, which means a skilled worker application is live on that. So once the cost is assigned, after that the worker uses it to apply for the skilled worker visa, and then the cost becomes used. So this is the status of the cost. It will show the passport number, the name of the person who has used it was assigned to and who is on the skilled worker visa, the employee, nationality, first name, last name, date of birth, sex, and then you click on next over here. These are previous notifications, anything that you've done before on this particular cost for this employee. Let's say I think there was a reporting on 3rd, so the previous one was in October last year, change in worker migrant circumstances. I think there was some change to the salary or something, so that was reported by us. There were some other, you can also report the change, and there is also a possibility of withdrawing that particular notification. So I will show that as well. So firstly you have to click here, then sponsor has stopped sponsoring migrant. So the employee is resigned or made redundant, whatever is the thing, he or she is no longer going to work with you. And I think it can only be done maybe on the last date of work or within 10 working days latest. It should be done from that date. So I select sponsor has stopped sponsoring the migrant. You get a drop down menu. I think you cannot see it over there. So the selection I'm making is sponsor has stopped sponsoring migrant worker. You will see it now. Yeah, so if you see it on the highlighted version, report new activity, the activity says sponsor has stopped sponsoring migrant worker. That's the one you select. You click on next, then the cost number is there. This is the option that you selected. It's showing you that sponsor has stopped sponsoring migrant worker. Then you under that you have many options to select. Migrant failed to take a post, let's say visa was approved, they never started work, worker resigned after commencing work. So this may be a possibility. Let's say they put their papers, whatever they are doing, they are changing immigration category, leaving the UK, whatever is the thing. If they have resigned from work, you can click on this option. If you have dismissed them, you can select on this one. If they have been made redundant, so usually these are three options. If the worker resigns after joining, so this is before joining, worker completed early, this is usually used for intra-company transfers. We use that. Let's say we've already issued 3 years of visa, After 2 years, the project is completed. So we just select this and then we state in the information saying that the project was completed early, worker has returned back to his home country. Worker moved to another sponsor, they change sponsor, change employer. Worker has moved to another immigration category, they switch to a spouse visa, for example, from this visa. Okay. Worker taken extended unpaid leave, so extended unpaid leave also you can stop sponsorship. And offshore worker left UK water. This is specifically for the wind turbine and those types of companies. Or yeah, so I will let's select. So usually the standard would be these three. The second one, which is worker has resigned after commencing work, or dismissed, let's say, or made redundant. Worker made redundant by the sponsor. Let's say I'm selecting that date of date sponsorship ended. So if I'm reporting today, today is 3rd of May. Let's say it was yesterday was the let me try to report for tomorrow. I don't think I can report a future date, but let us try that anyways. So today is 3rd of May. Let me put 4th of, yeah. So yeah, I would rather stay away from that. Let me assume in this example I want to simply show what usually happens. Normally it's always after the last date that employer reports. So usually we do it on the last day for employees that we manage their sponsor license. Let's say the employee's last date was yesterday, so 2nd of May 2024. This is the selection I will make. Then worker my redundant. Let's say you put any comments over there, give them some additional information. So for example, worker was made redundant as per company-wide redundancy. So let's say there was company-wide redundancy or whatever the reason was, you have to briefly mention that. The reporting is more important. The reason, whatever you can explain, you just write there briefly, maybe a one-liner to just give them an idea. It is not going to lead to any issues, I don't think so, but just give them some idea why things happen or something, why you are making them company-wide redundancy, let's say. And then you put their last known address, first line of address, second line, city, town, whatever you want to write. The address is very important. Without address you cannot. So definitely that is one of the compliances that you should be aware, where your worker is living at least before they leave. So when they put in their papers, maybe get the latest address from them, or if you don't know, at least before this reporting, get the latest address, fill it up over here. This is mainly with the intention. In the past, physical letters were posted of curtailment. So once the visa is curtailed, whenever this will go and sit, this reporting will sit in the queue of the case working. Once the caseworker picks it up, they would issue a reporting cancellation curtailment letter. In the past, physical letters were sent, so this was the address where it was sent. There's the reason they ask you the worker's address, so that the letter goes to the worker telling them that your leave has ended and you have 60 days to do something about it. Okay, either change status or leave the UK or whatever that is. So that is the main reason. It is a compulsory field. It has always been a compulsory field. You have to fill it up. Then if you don't know the address, usually speak to an immigration lawyer and see what is the possibility, what you can fill up over here. But usually you should, this is one of the compliance requirements, that you should be aware where your worker is living. So this is one of the ways how home office checks whether you are complying with everything or not. So there are different ways they check. One is this reporting, second is keeping address records, etc. And so you fill up the addresses, country, let's say United Kingdom, and I select that. Contact telephone number, these are optional. Telephone number and email is optional, but preferably give them an email, I would say that, so that they, nowadays they send a curtailment email by email, not by letters. In the past it was by letters. That's why this address field is in red, and it is a compulsory field that you have to fill up. But nowadays, to the best of my knowledge, the curtailment letters, cancellation emails are sent by emails, not by letters. So definitely put the email. It helps the worker also to get the cancellation email in time. They can do something about it, so it doesn't go in vain and nobody is aware of what is happening. So that's it, and then you save here. Once you save, the reporting just saves. So I'm not going to save it here, I'm just good doing it as a test. So that's all about the reporting. If you have done, let's say, I'll take another example. Once you reported this, before the reporting is picked up by the caseworker, let's say it goes, and let's say it's going to be picked up after today's 3rd of May, is going to be picked up, say, next year, next month. Say, I'm just taking here an example, say 3rd of June. Before that, before this is picked up, because that this reporting, as soon as it is picked up, that cancellation will be issued, and you will not see. So you will not see. I'll just go and see. So you can straight away go to report migrant. If you don't want to report that, I'll just put the cost number and show how you can withdraw such reporting. So let's put the cost number again. Next. Okay, so here it is. So I have put the cost number again. I'm come on the same page where it says used and all. Next. When I click on next, so once you make the reporting, sponsor has stopped sponsoring the migrant worker. This reporting, I just did a test one before and then I withdrew it, so I don't want to do it again. So this was done at 11:41, and before this has been acted upon by the caseworker and the leave is curtailed, cancelled, the sponsor can go in and withdraw the previous notification. So I'm at this point, and then I can select under the drop down, report new activity, previous notification withdrawn. So you can do this as well if you want to withdraw, let's say, whatever it was you reported, and then before this cancellation was acted upon by Home Office. If it is acted upon, nothing can be done. The person has to file, you have to give them a new cost, file a new skilled worker application. Nothing doing at that point. If this has not been acted upon, you will not see it, as the live cost will not open up. It will say cancelled, or something else will be shown. So you will not just see it as used, or you may not even be able to find the cost. So you can withdraw that notification by selecting report new activity, previous notification withdrawn. You click on here. As soon as you click, it will say it is showing you what we are doing. Previous notification withdrawn. You select previous notification withdrawn, then you put the date. Let's say I just made a notification, say, a month before, on, say, 1st of April, 1st of April this year. So whatever the date you made the notification, whenever you made it, you should see that notification previously on that previous page where it shows all the notifications. So the date and time should be listed over there. So let's say I made this notification, and then you just say whatever the reason is, we want to withdraw the previous notification because whatever the worker, we agreed that the worker should continue working with us. Whatever is your reason, just write that, and that should be sufficient. I'm not going to save, continue save, or click save here, as it will lead to the notification going forward. So rather I will cancel it out. So this is how you see all the notifications. Just to summarize, so for this worker, on 19th October there was some notification. I think the salary change was made or something. Then I reported as a test. I did sponsor has stopped sponsoring migrant at 11:41 today, and then I withdrew this notification where I said, told them, give them the date and time, date basically, not the time, 3rd May. Whatever notification I've made on this day, I want to withdraw that. So I just stated that it was done by mistake, and it was, we were testing the system and all. So that is fine. So it will not be acted upon. So if you withdraw that. So this is how all the notification works. If you do like this video or any similar videos, do subscribe to our channel. Support our channel by becoming a member. It's just the cost of a coffee or something. If you are an HR person, if this does help you, you can suggest any other videos that you want about on this SMS. We can try and make them, or at least become a member, and we will try, for members at least, we try and do whatever videos or shorts or information we can provide. So I will try and make more and more videos on this, so it helps mostly HR people who are working on this, or any small employers. And if this video does help you, so please do give a thumbs up and like. If you do dislike, do a double dislike it twice, or subscribe to our channel, that is very important, and become a paid member. If you are watching this on TikTok, become a subscriber. If you are watching on YouTube, become a paid member and support us. It's just the price of a coffee, and it helps us build these important videos. Yeah, so thank you very much.